Welcome back to the channel. My name is Ryan, and today we are discussing the college football schedule for this week. Why am I talking like this? I don't know. I just wanted to start off a little bit different than usual. So, the college football polls are out. The playoff stuff, I know I posted an AP poll earlier today, but I had to during that time. I only had a certain time period I really could get stuff out, so I posted it earlier this morning. I'm going to cover a lot of stuff here. If I give the rankings that are different than the ones in the AP poll, that is why. This is the college football playoff poll. This is the official one. Here we go. From now on, this is the main one I will be covering. Number one, Ohio State travels to play Rutgers at noon. Let's cover this week with that. Starting off, Rutgers is not no bad team. They ain't that necessarily good, but I got Ohio State winning this one. Ohio State, in my opinion, on them being number one, probably the same as everyone else's. I understand it. I disagree with it, though. I think Georgia has proven no reason why they shouldn't be. Number one, I think Ohio State, you could say they've had better wins. I understand that point, but Georgia has given me no reason not to believe they're the number one team. Ohio State hasn't either, but Georgia's been number one. I'm going to keep that team number one. And then we have number 23 ranked Kansas State traveling to play number 7th ranked Texas. Before I get into any of this anymore, this is a humongous week. Humongous week. Last week was building up for this week, and it didn't fail. Last week did not fail at all when it comes to them making this week very important. Texas and Kansas State, I think before heading into this year, this was one of my watch-out games for the Big 12 as one of the most important games. Kansas State is an interesting team. After that win against Missouri, after the loss against Missouri, I feel like not a lot of people have really talked about Kansas State at all. But they've secretly got better. Ever since their loss against Oklahoma State, too, they've consistently just got a little bit better and a little bit better. So, they have a chance, but I still got Texas win this one, especially at home. I trust Texas' defense to do enough. Then you got Texas A&M traveling to play number 10th ranked Ole Miss. I don't know the last time Ole Miss has ever been ranked that high late in the year. So very good job, Ole Miss. They've definitely earned that ranking. And that game's going to be on ESPN. I guess I could tell you where the TV stuff is going to be at, so you guys don't have to just randomly figure it out the day of. Ohio State Rutgers is on CBS, and Texas Kansas State's on Fox. And then the A&M and Ole Miss one I just mentioned is going to be on ESPN. I got Ole Miss winning this one. I don't trust Jimbo Fisher at all in big games. I just don't. Then we have UConn traveling to play number 17th ranked Tennessee on the SEC Network. This should be a very fun matchup for me as a Tennessee fan. Should take care of business, get it done by the halftime. Let's go. Let's go, Vols. And then you have Arkansas at Florida. I just wanted to mention this matchup because it's an SEC matchup. Arkansas sucks. I got Florida winning this one. That's on ESPN 2. Sadly to say, but North Carolina's dropped out of the top 25 completely. Tough losses recently. But those are the noon matchups. At 2 o'clock, we have Arizona State traveling to play number 18th ranked Utah. Utah's coming off a terrible loss to Oregon, discrediting a lot of their season right now, but they can definitely bounce back with a win here. It's on the ACC network. It's on the Pac-12 network. I read the wrong thing. I'm sorry. Why would that be on the ACC network? Then you have Army traveling to play number 25 ranked Air Force. Air Force should be ranked higher than they are. In my opinion, it's going to be on the CBS Sports Network. I got Air Force winning this one. The Battle of the Military. Interesting. The aerial attack and the ground attack. Should be interesting. It's not interesting at all, actually. It's really not. Air Force is going to win. But talking about something interesting. On CBS at 3:30. I would not call this the game of the week. I would not. I'll get to the game of the week later on. But dang it, this game could be. It's number 12 ranked Missouri traveling to play number 2 ranked Georgia. That's weird to say. I feel bad for Missouri fans. You just got the week that Georgia got demoted from number 1. Last year, I had to take the fall. We had to take that as a Tennessean. We had to play them the week that we got put above them, and they got put at number 3. Below Ohio State. Yeah. Didn't go well. It didn't go well. I got Georgia in this one. I don't think it's going to be super close. I've too many times said Georgia's going to have a close game and then they blow them out. Don't bet on this game unless you're going to bet in Georgia's favor on the points. It's like 13.5. Pick the over for that. Pick Georgia's going to beat them by more if you had to pick. The only thing that's going to be different is that Missouri has a very good offense. Very good offense that can run the ball and pass. Very different than a lot of different teams that they've played. Very different. Florida, they want to get you in the ground game. They started off pretty well with that. Got a touchdown. Got shut out the rest of it. Pretty much. South Carolina, good start. Horrible second half. Granted, it was a very rainy environment. And overtime, Georgia can overpower her. And to mention, a lot of people have not mentioned this week. Missouri almost beat Georgia. Let's not forget that. Missouri only lost by 4 to Georgia when they were up by 12 at one point against Georgia. If it wasn't for the false start that they had at the goal line at the 1, they might have actually won. Who would have guessed? They might have actually beat Georgia. But they didn't. Georgia won a national title game. This is their revenge. I would like to think it's their revenge, but I doubt it. Then we have number 4 ranked Florida State traveling to play Pittsburgh on ESPN 3:30. I got Florida State winning this one. Pittsburgh already got their upset out of the year, out of the week, out of the way. They got their upset out of the way. So yeah. Then you have number 9th ranked Oklahoma traveling to play number 22 ranked Oklahoma State on ABC. Last matchup between these two, at least for a very long time. Oklahoma's dominated this rivalry. I'd be a fool probably to change that. I got Oklahoma winning this one. So, yeah. Sooners. Then we have the 11th ranked Penn State traveling to play Maryland. Maryland's been on a downward spiral since the Ohio State game. They started off 5-0, then they just fallen off completely. That game's on, what is that on? Fox. It's on Fox. If you like Fox. I mean, Fox is not bad. Definitely not bad for college football. There's not a lot of interesting matchups come from it. I wish Gus Johnson had more fun matchups. Imagine Gus Johnson on some of those like the SEC games. Like if he did the Alabama-Tennessee game last year, like how cool would that be? Man, that'd be fun. That'd be fun. It's better than Gary Danielson, of course. Yeah, I know, I'm young. Gary Danielson's not that good. He is not at all, in my opinion. And then we have Virginia Tech traveling to play number 13th ranked Louisville on the ACC Network. I got Louisville winning this one pretty easily. Then we have 24th ranked Tulane traveling to play ECU, East Carolina University, ESPNU. That's going to be on. I got Tulane winning this one. And pretty simply, then we have to jump down in time a bit to 5:30. California playing at Oregon. California had a very good matchup against USC that they barely lost. Oregon, they destroyed Utah. I got the team who destroyed Utah winning this game. I got Oregon winning this one. Then not a lot of matchups after this to cover, but very important ones. You got Purdue traveling to play number 3 ranked Michigan. That's not the most important one. No, nowhere close. Okay, before I carry on, Michigan is cheating. It's clearly obvious. Now it's just the point of what punishment should it be. As someone who is a Patriots fan, I feel like I don't have the right to say what the punishment should be. But I feel like if you can figure out the games that they've played of some sort, if I had to pick, I would say whatever games they have been found that this is directly responsible towards, take the wins away. And take as much as you want away. The money value, how much you earned that game, let's say it was a home game, the ticket value, the ticket cost for the game that you added up to, the revenue from that, you got to take that away from them. Going to be in the millions. Possibly very high millions, depending on how many games you can find them for. And also, there was reports that this reportedly went to South Carolina, and that's why they dropped 63 on Tennessee last year. Granted, make adjustments, but if you're cheating, then we just got screwed out of a playoff spot. And also, Hooker got hurt. Michigan. You might become my least favorite team, if that's genuinely true. Over Florida. Yes, that's saying a lot. That is a lot to say. And then we have number 5 ranked Washington traveling to play number 20 ranked USC. Yeah, very fun matchup. Should be a very high scoring matchup, but Washington has a better defense than USC. And at one point, you got to get some stops to win games. And USC is starting to realize that. And they did. I mean, kinda. on the 2-point conversion against Cal, but very long time for that to happen. That's on ABC. I got Washington winning this one. Also, the Purdue game against Michigan was on NBC. I doubt you're going to be wanting to watch that. I'm going to save the best matchup for last. At 10 o'clock, we got 16th ranked Oregon State traveling to play Colorado. That's on ESPN. I got Oregon State winning this one pretty easily. They're coming off a loss against Arizona. They don't want to lose again. They got that. Talking about Arizona, number 19th ranked UCLA travels to play against Arizona at 10:30 on FS1. I got Arizona winning this. I'm going to ride this Arizona train as long as it goes for it. Help me the prediction right against last week against Oregon State. Oh my gosh, excuse me. I got Arizona winning this one. I'm going to leave it at that. And then the last game that I'm going to mention, 7:45 CBS matchup of the week. You got LSU versus Alabama. Who's going to win? Well, Alabama's a 3-point favorite, and they're projected to win based on the FPI thing. I'm going to make my whole own video about this. I'm going to do that. I'm not going to do one about Tennessee, at least for this week's matchup. I'm not going to do that. That's very rare for me. But for big games like these, I have to cover them. I need to cover them. Alabama versus LSU. This is the matchup for who's going to win the West. Pretty simple down to that. Possibly Ole Miss can, but dang, you have Georgia. I doubt you're going to beat Georgia. I know they're in the East, but that counts as SEC overall stuff. You have a humongous matchup here. Jaden Daniels' offense. This is the thing I'm going to have to really make sure whoever's watching this understands. I don't think they understand how good this LSU's offense really is. This team can score this good on anyone. Ever since the Florida State game, they have been rolling off, at least points-wise. They've been putting up so many points offensively. They've been rolling defenses. Problem is their defense can't get a stop. Defense can't. But there's the thing called first half Alabama and second half Alabama. First half Alabama plays bad. They play more like Auburn. This Alabama plays like the 2020 Alabama team. It's like, what? It's so confusing. It's so confusing. But heading to this week, I bet this game is going to be close. I bet it will be. More high scoring, probably both teams in the 30s. Probably have to be able to beat LSU. Just talk to Missouri, talk to Ole Miss, talk to Ellis, and talk to Florida State if you want to. And Florida State put up a whole bunch of points on them. That's what you got to do. If I had to bet, I'd bet on Alabama. I know my rant I had, the live reaction Tennessee versus Alabama thing came out. I said I want LSU to win by 50 or 80 or both. But it's a want. A man can dream, I mentioned that. I'm not dreaming. I'm making predictions. I got Alabama winning this one. I'll make a whole other video covering that, but that's my prediction right there. So yeah, leave in the comments what you feel about this. Hope you all have a great day. Stay safe, y'all, and God bless y'all.